We're going to be talking today about this beautiful charred wood siding on this house behind me. We just completed this beautiful house behind me with local architects Amon and Plum, and it's got this amazing toasted or charred siding on it. This siding is so unique, I wanted to do an entire episode dedicated just to this type of siding. You'll notice this house behind me is a timber frame house. If you've seen my other videos, we worked with a famous timber frame company out of New Hampshire called Benson Wood Homes. But this siding is actually manufactured locally here in Austin and shipped throughout the nation. We got it from Delta Millworks. So let's actually take a trip over to their shop and we're going to show you how this siding is manufactured. Hey, we're at Delta Millworks now in East Austin. This is the birthplace of that Shou Sugi Ban siding that I just showed you from my job site. And I'm privileged to be here with the owner of Delta, Robbie. Robbie, tell us about the origins of this ancient technique for siding.
Well, Matt, Shou Sugi Ban dates back to Japan several hundred years. They primarily did it to make the wood that they used on their homes more fire retardant. Once the wood was burned, it was much harder to reignite. They also did it to seal the wood, make it rot and insect resistant as well.
And Robbie, how long have you guys been doing this now?
After getting out of college, had a lot of free time on my hand, so we picked up a roofing torch and started burning a few pieces of wood. Had no idea it would turn into a product of ours. Shortly after doing that, we discovered that it was a Japanese method. And from there, we started playing around with some techniques of burning, brushing, sealing. And long story short, that's our main focus now. The Shou Sugi Ban is about 90% of our business.
Wow.
We do work here in Central Texas, but we also ship actually the majority of it out of state.
All right, Robbie, tell us about the process. You got a big stack of 4/4 cypress right here. What happens from here until we get that siding to my job site?
Okay, Matt, this is a 1-inch cypress, southern cypress, grown here in the U.S. We source most of it from Alabama, Mississippi. From the rough state here, we're producing a blank, we're planing, ripping to width. We then feed it through our molder. At the molder, we produce custom profiles for either siding or interior paneling. From that state, we are taking it to the burn station. We do various levels of burn depending on the burn finish we're doing. After that, we can brush it for some of our products. It's ready to go as is. But our final step in the process is our paint room where we seal it. We use high-grade exterior wood sealers to seal the product, make it ready for installation. There is no further painting or sealing on site.
Robbie, I understand you're a little shy about taking the cameras into the actual process where you toast it, because there's a little bit of a trade secret there. I understand that. But let's actually go out in the parking lot and you can bring us back to your roots where you actually use that original torch in a propane bottle to do some samples and give us the basics on actually how we char it. All right, people, this is the fun part. But before we get to it, quick little safety tip here. Number one, obviously, if you're gonna do this yourself, do it outside. Don't do this in an enclosed area. We're gonna be using a propane torch. We always wanna make sure we've got a fire extinguisher nearby. And obviously you must do this on a non-combustible surface. So here we've got an asphalt parking lot. We're not worried about something catching fire. This is not a process to do inside your house or inside your garage. You really need to do this outdoors. All right, Robbie, so give us the basics. What are you gonna do here?
I will start, Matt, with a light burn. Just kiss the face of the wood, and then I will go into a heavy burn, which you saw in your house. We call that our gator burn.
And what are we using here? This is just like a 30,000 BTU weed torch or roofing torch?
Yes, sir. It's a roofing torch, a pear burner. You can pick this up at any local hardware store.
Yeah, nothing to it. All right, let's do it, Robbie. Show us what to do, man.
Let's do it.
All right, so he's lighting up the propane here. We got a 100-gallon propane tank behind us, but even a 20-gallon would work with this torch. You don't need a ton.
I'll start down here, Matt.
Okay, sounds good.
So that's just a kiss, Matt. We call that our burn and brushed. We will then brush it hand brush it with a nylon brush.
Now, the job that we just came from, that we bought from you, has that real kind of gatored finish.
Correct.
That I think architects really like. It's got a kind of a real matte look to it. And that heavy kind of charring or gatoring just gives a beautiful texture
Yes,
to the
sir.
siding. And how do we get to that finish?
Well, I'll show you right here.
All right, let's do it. Man, look at that flame. That's really cool. Wow, you can really see that alligatoring coming out from the flame. I don't know if you can see that on the video, but as he stays in one spot, that wood really starts to crackle and alligator. Also notice he's really staying on the face of the wood. He's not burning the two sides, so if we had a tongue and groove pattern, we have to be worried about over-charring in that tongue and groove section. You can really feel the heat from that torch. That's cool. Look at that, it's actually ignited a little bit too. And just little water spray to turn the flame off.
So that's it. That's basically what we did for you, Matt. From there, we would take it to our paint room and put an exterior grade clear coat on it.
On all sides, the back, the
all four
ends,
sides.
the whole shebang.
Ready for installation from there.
Man, that's great. Robbie, thank you so much for the tour. Really, really fun. You can look Robbie up on his website. We'll put a link down here on that. And if you'd like more information on Shou Sugi Ban or installing best practices, visit my blog at mattreisinger.com. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.